Hello and welcome. First, I've got to double check that you can actually hear me. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's session. Today's session is how to generate revenue using some AI apps, okay, which you will have more specifically. So, first and foremost, let's do some housekeeping. Can everybody hear me and can you see me nice, loud and clear? Or can you see me clearly and can you hear me? Because there's no point in me talking if you can't hear me and you can't see me. So, welcome everybody that is tuning in right now. Okay, fantastic. I can see the comments coming in. Remember, comments sometimes can be a little bit slow. Okay, so if you just okay, so what we'll do, we'll just give it a couple of moments just for everybody to attend. Okay, so let's just double check. Remember, when it comes to the internet, unfortunately, sometimes there are. So I think I'm experiencing. I'm just going to make sure that it's correct on my side. So please bear with me. But I am here. Do not worry. Okay. So having said that, now I think we are all set and ready to go. So please bear with me, especially with these technical difficulties. But yes, okay, we are up and running. So welcome everybody to today's session. And more specifically, today we're going to be covering how you can essentially 10x revenues using AI technologies. And more specifically, we're going to be covering some very important things about how you can turn these apps into powerful revenue generating assets. And I think that's the key, because some of you will have, as you know, I can imagine, many apps, but what's the point of just having them and not using them and they're just sitting there? So it's just about of making sure we help you in using the apps that you have to your advantage that you may not even be aware of. So this is great if you're an entrepreneur, freelancer, business owner, or just an individual. You want to use this as a hobby. I'm going to walk you through some important things today. So first and foremost, let me check who's in the house. Okay, we've got Toussaint, Dennis, Patty, Raymond, Ulrich, DJ, Dag, Success, Craig, Tim, Mark, Reed. Reed is what a lovely gentleman. I have to give a big shout out to Reed because he is always here, like many of you. But Reed has been here since the start. So Tropical, Olivia, Daryl, Marcy, and so much more. Okay, so as Paul's saying, this is what we're going to be covering today in this exciting training. We're going to learn how to turn a number of these apps into a powerful revenue generating asset. You'll discover how to monetize AI tools, tools you own effectively. Okay, so thank you. If I have missed anyone on the intros, thank you. Welcome to everybody. So first and foremost, a bit of housekeeping. If you are watching this via YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That would be great. It helps the algorithm. Hit the hit the thumbs up. Again, this just pushes the content out even better. If you're watching this in the Facebook group, make sure you put a nice little heart emoji. And if you're watching this in the replay, we would love for you to do exactly the same. So for those that are probably joining for the very first time, as you know, we typically run sessions on a weekly basis, being Friday. And for you, I believe because it's US time based, it's about 1 p.m. where you are right now. Where I am in the UK, it's about 6 p.m. So we just try to make sure we give you some current and training that you can use to really utilize the apps that you have. Okay, more specifically, depending which app you have, we probably covered it, or we are yet to even bring out more brand new training around that. So rest assured. So okay, so I think let's jump straight into this because I know everybody here are very busy. It's Friday, and I think everybody's probably got some plans to go out later on, or you've got plans to get on and get some work and generate that revenue. So hopefully I can at least direct you with some golden nuggets, the very least. Okay, so let's go ahead. So today specifically, we are going to cover two applications, okay? But we are going to begin with something called, which you may be familiar with, drumroll, ClickSites. Now, I don't know if anyone is familiar with this. If you haven't if you don't have access to this, do not like this. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I'll just show you a quick run through. So this will allow you to create your websites within 60 seconds. Again, it's all AI powered. Why this is important? Because it will enable you to create any website, okay, literally within moments, and I'm going to show you that today. Okay, so why that would be crucial, imagine if you're servicing either for yourself, for your own projects, or client projects, this will literally do everything. So I'm just going to kind of skim through this. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything, I just want to highlight the point. So those that haven't seen this for the very first time, it will kind of keep you up to date, or give you an idea exactly what I'm breaking through. So some of the key things, it will let you design your site. You don't need any designing skills, etc., etc. It's all cloud hosted or based, etc., etc. Okay, so that is kind of a quick run through. Again, I just want to highlight that nothing for sale. But if you do want it, great, you can do that. Okay, you can see it anytime. But now, ClickSites will give you that ability to create a website. Okay. And when I mean a website, it sounds very complicated. I mean, the traditional way, many website builders, you have to kind of build them bit by bit, all the components in terms of the menu. Then you have to build additional pages and then link everything in, etc., etc. And I think the key thing here is that you have to come up with not only the copy, the content of the site, but also then you have to additionally find images that relate to your website. Okay. And then I guess the other headaches that most people will encounter is the structure of the website, and then having to do all of the coding. Okay, so ClickSites removes all of that for you. I know it sounds quite shocking, but it literally does. Okay, because it's AI powered. With OpenAI and how it's integrated with this, when it comes to creating the website, you just follow a couple of prompts, and your basically instruction, or the ClickSites will actually ask you a couple of instructions of what you're trying to create, the reasons for it, the subject, etc., etc., and even the language of it. So you are not just constrained to English only. You can actually have this in a multi-language site, which gives you more flexibility in reaching a global audience. Now, I know it sounds like I'm trying to do a pitch. I am not. Those that come on these sessions, it's all about training, but I'm just helping those that may have this and have forgotten. Like Ulrich mentioned, it's just a refresher to kind of bring you up to speed as I walk through this, so you are following with me. Okay, so we're going to begin now this live session, as Paula said, looking at ClickSites and how exploring you can monetize it. So I just want you to imagine now creating a website, but creating a fully fledged, built, mobile responsive website on any topic, any niche, in a multiple different number of languages at the click of a button, because we have the ability of using AI. So not only for yourself could you create websites in any industry or niche, okay, that you could then further monetize, but the ability now you can service other individuals or local businesses or business owners or anybody that needs a online presence. So this is essentially what ClickSites will allow you to do, so you can understand the vast amount of applications and possibilities of monetizing, building out websites very quickly, which I hope to demonstrate to you right now. Okay, so it's a very huge market, and if anyone does a bit of research, you will understand, or many of you have probably come across this, whether you're building out your own website, the amount of time or the money that you have to spend. But furthermore, if you were to go outsource this and have a professional, somebody that knows all coding and stuff, they will charge you a premium. I mean, we're talking about minimum $500 for just a basic bog standard website, in going into the tens of thousands, okay, when it comes to website, because it's time structuring, coding, and what the person is charging you for in terms of the developer is not how quickly it takes them, but it's their experience, isn't it, essentially what they are purporting, right? So now, this is a really good point somebody has made, and I hope somebody within the team that's monitoring this can actually put a link for HumanBot. So this is something we will cover in a future video, because it's a brilliant application, and I mean it's been completely updated, but the functionalities have gone way beyond what you could imagine. So that was a great point. I just thought, let me just mention out there because someone's asked. Okay. So DJ saying, yeah, the ClickSite shouldn't exist. The speed the website is made is mad. Okay. So Having said that, remember ClickSites will host your website for you. Alternatively, you do have the ability of having that website hosted on your own domain name, or you can host it on your own service. You've got complete flexibility when it comes to the application of having the website. So just imagine whether it's your own site or for the client. So you've got multiple possibilities of having control of the website, that if you don't want to give, or you want to restrict the access to the client in terms of holding on to the raw access to the website, because you may have a further agreement where you can charge a maintenance fee or just the upkeep of the website. But little do they know that you actually have a complete, administrator's access via ClickSites to manage all of that. Okay, so right now what you're seeing, at the moment you're in the dashboard, you're going to see how many pages you have available, the workspaces. Workspaces is fantastic. Let me explain why. So the workspace essentially is like having a project. Okay, it's creating multiple different workspaces that you can do for different projects, and ultimately it could be assigned to different clients. So um, everything's all segmented and compartmentalized, so you know exactly where everything is, and within that workspace you have those dedicated pages that you've created for your website. So if you create a website and you want to create multiple pages, landing pages, opt-in pages, thank you pages, maybe scheduling pages, webinar pages, you can do all of that stuff. And if you want to take those pages and link it to the main website, you can do all of that. Additionally, you can create teams. So if you have maybe if you want to outsource, have a VA, or have somebody as part of your team, you can give them controlled access to ClickSites, and you could designate the role and access that they have. Okay, and then when you're making sales, essentially, or if you have existing team members, it's not about you being a one man or one female band. You can actually have multiple people building the websites and upon your instruction. Okay. And visitors obviously can the standard information would expect how many visitors, etc., etc. This one I don't think I've really been on there for some time. Okay, so I'm not really pushed it, but you can see some good information there about the activity. And remember, I haven't even really touched this, but it's still obviously, it appears to be working. Things are happening, etc., etc. So you can imagine if someone actually was consistent in the content and pushing it out and linking it with social media, etc., etc., you could easily get this ranking high. But more importantly, it could lead to generating leads. Okay, generate leads. It could also, you would have the ability, if you had ad placements for ads, for example, if you're using like AdSense, whether it's Google, Instagram, YouTube, so you would get paid for having those ads that are on your website that would be congruent with a niche, etc., etc. So additionally, you do have different integrations. You're not limited whatsoever, but this is the key thing right now. Let's address it. You can build a website. You can actually you can incorporate with the website videos, all that good stuff, which I'm going to show you, and you can actually generate leads, and you can capture those leads within the website, etc., etc. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let me show you how you can create a website. So why would I mention how to create a website? And why is this relevant and important today? Because you're not restricted anymore. Forget about what kind of level of ability that you have, or you think you have, that technical ability of expertise. This removes that barrier. You have to understand this will remove that barrier. Okay, so someone with very little knowledge will be able to click a few buttons, which I will demonstrate. I know it sounds far-fetched. Many people will try to sell you or oversell you, but with AI, things have become so much easier, streamlined, and made it more incredibly easy. Okay, and also there's the white label version. I'll just get that in. There's the white label version. If you want to sell this as your own, and we will manage everything, you can. We will deliver all of that. You can actually have that. Okay, so here's some example websites that have been created before, but forget all about those websites. I won't show you them right now. I want to go and create something from scratch right now, showing you live on this demonstration. So just imagine now, if we were going in the process of working with a client, or we're trying to detect a client or prospect, we have now the ability to create a website for any particular niche for that particular customer, and we can actually create it very quickly, which I hope to show you. So right now, the AI chatbot design partner, he's now communicating with me. So these are going to be AI presets that are going to walk you through a couple of questions to give the instructions to the AI and exactly what you want, so it then understands what it needs to go out and actually build for you. So straight away, we are going to look at, well, it's going to say what type of business are we building. So the great thing with this is it's leading you in to exactly what you need to input. Okay, so self-explanatory, and it's just nice to get that reassurance of exactly what you need to be doing, opposed to doing it the manual way. If you're building this from scratch, you know it can be stressful, time consuming, and very expensive, especially if you make mistakes with codes. Okay, so if you want the link for ClickSites, I'm pretty sure the team will put it in the chat box. Okay, if you're not aware of this, and obviously there's HumanBot. I think that's on there as well. So I don't want to deviate from the session, and let's just jump straight back into this. But that's for anyone asking. I'm sure the team will be very helpful enough to put that in the chat section. So straight away, this is I think. Okay, so when it's asked me what type of business are you building, theoretically, if you already had a niche in mind, you'll be like, you know what? I want to build a website, or my business pertains to, or my client business pertains to accounting. I know exactly what I want. However, also you can run through these types of businesses, right? And it's essentially showing you, okay, because you've got to think about the bigger picture here, of particular businesses you may have not even considered, right? Businesses you may not have considered. Apologies. Okay. So essentially, you have a complete library of different businesses that you could go ahead and you can target and you can go and cater for that you didn't even consider. And you can actually do all of that. Okay, so let's have an example. So if you're doing accounting, maybe doing a chiropractor, doctor, dentistry, editing, dog walking, dog training, financial planning, fitness, food delivery, glass repair and installation, and the list goes on. If you don't want any from the drop down, you can actually do this manually, and there's nothing stopping you from doing that. Let's just say dentist. Okay, dentist is a good one. Many dentists around, they all know that they should have some social media presence, and they want a website being created. So also, Yash, unfortunately, I will mention Yash because he wanted to be here today, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he couldn't make it. He's okay, and he's really gutted he couldn't make it, but he does say hi to every single one of you. So if you, Yash, if you're able to watch this later, or you're watching this, so hey, hopefully Yash is okay. So apart from that, let's go back to dentist. Okay, so I've now input in dentist, right? I've put it into I've discussed with my design partner. AI is now taking it, and now it is asking me, what is the name of your business? So let's say I now want to enter the name of the business. So let's say dentist. What kind of name? Let's do this. Smile More. Okay, Smile More LLC, or I guess that's what typically people do in the US. And what I do, simply enter. Can you see? I just want to demonstrate that the steps are very, very simple, very easy, and it's very concise, just to make the process, as streamlined as possible. Because the last thing is sometimes you'll have other apps there that won't do a fraction of this, but it's very complicated processes that are going on. So I think Paul has put, if anyone does want to go check out ClickSites as we go along, the link will be on the screen. So next, what do you want this site to be about? And here we can see there's a prompt. Enter website's topic and language. So I want this to be about dentistry, don't I? Okay. Or more specifically, if there was a subsection of dentistry, what would it be? Now the name specifies Smile More. So maybe I want dentistry or dental. This is a good one. Dental, teeth, whitening. And remember, it's all about the prompt. Giving clear prompts, as many will be aware with when it comes to even artistically, having clear prompts will allow the AI to fully understand exactly what you require. Okay, but remember, it doesn't need to be overly expansive like you can see right now. We just keep it nice, clear, tidy, and concise. Okay, very, very important. Now, additionally, look, check this out. Enter the website's topic. Now, we could extend this. There's no issue. So why I say that now, I just want you to imagine. So if I say dental teeth whitening, I could actually go ahead and say dental teeth whitening in the state. Okay, state. Oh, let me get rid of the capitals. In the state of New York. So essentially, when it's New York, yeah, when I'm building it out, it'll incorporate this. And why sometimes can it be important to incorporate this? Because the term New York essentially is a key word, isn't it? Right. And in terms of the key word, the main reasoning behind it is for search engine optimization reasonings, right? So if anyone was in New York and they were searching dental whitening, because we've got it within our website, the construct of it, it will detect it, and that will be allow it to be more recognized in the search engine results, i.e., Google. Okay, so you can try different variations. You don't have to expand on the prompt. You can keep it short and just say teeth whitening. That's fine. But for this, I just want to show you how this will be incorporated into the construction of the website before your very eyes. Okay. Now, another magical part is the language section. Okay. So check this out. You can actually then assign other languages. We've got, I think there's over 40 languages, but there's even more that you can do. And you can actually build your website in English, and then you can add additional, we have an additional function, okay, within ClickSites when you go to the editing section, and you can add a component where that person, even if the website is in English, they have a choice. They can actually select a different language, and the whole website will actually convert into the desired language of the end user. So even if your base language of the site is English, it can subsequently be changed by the decision of the end user into a language that they will that they speak, essentially. Okay. So English, let's just stick with English. We're going to go next. And then it's going to say, okay, dental teeth whitening, state of New York, sounds interesting. Let me think of some outline. So in terms of the outline, I just want you to imagine when you're building a website. Now, I know I'm going through these steps. The only reason, so I appreciate everybody's patience, but the reason I'm going through these steps because I'm trying to, again, it's a good reminder that some people may have and they've kind of forgot, or some people, just to explain the thinking and the rationale behind it, so you can actually use this the most effectively. Because when you understand the whole breakdown of this, even though yes, it may seem self-explanatory, some of the key things that I'm mentioning now may have been things that you've overlooked and not realized that it can have an impact to build a better site, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, when you're building a site, when you have things like the menu, this is the outline. This is essentially what the outline is going to look. So it's going to start with a header, about us, and then it's going to have some breakdown of achieve a brighter smile, the ultimate guide to teeth whitening, exploring dental teeth whitening options, transform your smile, services, gallery, testimonials, call to action. So if I was to do the dentist website like I'm doing now for teeth whitening, I could use it as my own, and I could find a third party product like a teeth whitening product and become an affiliate. So essentially, I'm building the website to sell affiliate products, i.e., which are congruent teeth whitening products. Okay, this is the intention. Or I can find a dentist in my local business in my area, or remember, I'm not confined to a specific geographical location. I can actually, using the internet, target people all across the world. It's true, you can. Okay. Now, those are some of the solutions, again, if you want to generate revenue. So I'm just trying to expand upon that so you understand the kind of how comprehensive this is, and the ability and the choice that you have. Okay, so you're not just restricted to local businesses, but you can actually target people from all around the world. Okay. Now, when I'm creating this outline, if I do not want something in there, you are more than capable, okay, or you have the option, you can refine, you can change, and you can dictate what you want in there or what you don't want in there, okay? Or alternatively, if I press return after one, you'll see there's now a new space where I can add something else into the outline. So remember, this is a suggestion for you. It will go build upon the outline, but remember, it's for you. It's there for you to use as is, which is great. It works, or you have that ability to modify. Okay, so it may be a case that your client may have specific requirements that they would want in the menu, or they could leave it upon you to create that, okay, or add certain components, or you could remove everything and keep it very simple, just have one or two things. So say for example, if I wanted to add like, you know, book your, oh, I know what, schedule, as you would expect, schedule your appointment. Okay, so what this will do, this will create a structure for the entire website. So you remember a website will have different structures. Okay, this will create the website and it will build upon all of these, because these will be ultimately part of the entire structure. So it'll start with the header, then it'll go to an about us page, and it'll go through all of these other key components. And remember, all of these can be moved around. It's fully flexible. So next, let's go ahead and let's go next. And let's give it a few moments to go and do some magic. Okay. Okay, there we go. So it is ready to go. So building in progress. Let me just double check, because I am on so many different tabs. I just hope it doesn't have an issue. Okay, well, what we'll do, let's just double check. Okay. I just don't want no. Okay, so it is loading. That's fine. Sometimes you can preemptively just keep trying to refresh it, but it's going. Okay, so what's happening now? It will now start building out the content and the structure of the site. And then subsequently, the step after this will be is to select the theme or the template. Okay, so it's going through this. Now it's just a case of being patient. Okay. So what we'll do, let's just see. Normally it's okay. Yeah, it's at 40%. Okay, depending on the user bandwidth and all that great stuff. Okay, so in the meantime, let me actually show you something else. So if I open another one while this one's loading anyway. Oh, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to overload it. But let's just say, look, if I while that one's loading, let's have a look. Okay, so let's do another one really quickly, because now you know all the steps. To be honest, if by doing this, I'll probably slow it down even more on my side with my bandwidth. Okay, so let's go through the steps. I don't want to confuse it. And you can see, oh, okay, it's already done. But I was going to show you another one and show how simultaneously you can do it. I'm not saying do it, but it's possible. Okay, so now select theme. So there's a number of different themes you can select from. And with these themes, you'll see the previews of how your one will look like. Okay, so there's so many beautiful themes. And remember, these themes can be changed, they can be edited, even the color themes, but you can see the structure of them. So for our one, it was teeth whitening. So for teeth whitening, I want something clean and classy. Now, what we can do, should we go for, let's go for this one, because you can see it's a nice little structure there. Select it, continue. And what will happen now is that website is now getting built. Okay, and some of the things, while it's getting built out in front of our very eyes, can you see how it's incorporating dental teeth whitening in New York? So this is important, because it plays in the part of search engine optimization, where it's going to help you get those keywords ranked, isn't it? Because it's in your content. So with SEO, you know, they have these thing called spiders, and it crawls across your website. It sees if there's relevant keywords, and you know, if someone's searching a particular area, being i.e. New York, then it's more likely to pop up. Okay. So if I scroll up, you can see how it's all getting built out. And remember, we can use as is, but we have that flexibility and freedom to further edit and go in and change anything we want, which I will show you. Okay, so I'll just let that roll in. So I believe one can give an in-depth prompt to all the headers added first time for what you want added, instead of having to add afterwards. Yes, 100%. So if you add this into the outline at the very beginning, it will do it for you. Okay. However, you can add them later on. That's not a problem. But again, it's just about time, isn't it? It's about saving your time. If you want to do this at the start, you're more than happy to do that. Okay. So now you can see the basic stuff in the website is there, as you would expect. And we go and select edit. Now, the moment I select edit, it will bring me into an editing pane. And the first thing you're going to see is this AI assistant. Now, with the AI assistant, believe it or not, you can actually use your microphone and use the assistant via the mic ability. The reason I'm saying, or the reason I'm mentioning this, I think times have changed so much now. Even if you use OpenAI or more specifically ChatGPT, it has the same thing where you can actually use it and have a conversation with it. In the purpose of this, you can dictate the instructions that you want. Okay, you can use the mic and it will actually dictate it in text, so speech to text, and then you can go ahead and submit. So whether you have a general information, you want to change an image or text, you can do so. If you want to ask a particular question, if you want it to help you in creating, maybe bullet points or maybe you want to create paragraphs or factual information, anything you want, even points in order to create an ebook, whatever it may be, you can do all of that, copy and paste it, and it'll paste it into your section. Also, depending on the text, you can see if I go to this text right now, once I select something, I can do a general. The general will apply to the entire section, or if you want more specific editing ability, then you would select edit selected text. Okay. And believe it or not, yes, you can also make changes to the images. Furthermore, just a quick cover. If I close that, on the top of the section, you'll see AI redesign and you'll have magic redesign. Okay. So AI redesign will actually design the section for you in terms of the image. And then magic redesign will do everything completely. Okay. One will retain the structure and one will actually make a brand new version of it. So if I went here now, let's just say if I went to duplicate, and I'll demonstrate this right now. Where's it gone? Okay. So we've got two versions. Let's go ahead. And for this one, let's go to AI redesign. So you never have to, you don't need to worry about fidgeting and doing things yourself if you don't want to. Okay. The AI will do that for you. Now, also, we'll give that a few moments to go and process, and then I'll show you the other version of Magic Redesign. Because sometimes, you know what, you may, so with this ability, sometimes you just may want to change the text, okay, whilst maintaining the graphic of the background. And then we have the other aspect of Magic Redesign where it can actually do the changes and additions or the modification in both the image and the text. So you can see now everything's moved around from the original. This is the original here. And let's go ahead and use Magic Redesign. Okay, so these are some major features that you can use, and essentially, this is a huge application that you can use, especially if you're trying to create different variations. You don't want to do it from yourself. You want AI to go and do all of that stuff. You can, and you'll see the moment I selected it, you can see all the editing section has now appeared. If I want to change the image, I can do so. And remember, if you want to change an image, you can use AI to do it. You don't need to upload your own. Alternatively, you have Artistly now, so you can actually use high-level images from Artistly, and ClickSites also has AI built in, so you can do images. So either way, you can actually use Artistly in conjunction with ClickSites as well for your images. Okay, so you have best of both worlds. So yeah, we'll give a few moments, depending on the complexity of the image. It has to get a whole brand new image and move text around. So sometimes these things may take a few moments, but being on the call again, things can move a little bit slow depending on the processing power of my ebook. So okay, so let's have a check. Okay. So yeah, Ulrich has mentioned something really important. Better using the microphone, all faster to generate. 100%, I would agree with him. Let's just go ahead and let's refresh this. Okay, let's go to edit. Okay, so we saw those two versions. I'm not going to go through that now. Then we'll leave that as such. But this is the key thing. If you're making the website, especially for your client, one key thing you will ask: can you create a menu? Yes, you can. Navigate, or more specifically, navigation bar. We put the navigation bar, and you can see all the editing features. So, say for this one, I put that color. Let's go for a static bar fixed with live text. Let's have a look, and you can see that's how it would appear. Okay. And furthermore, I won't go into this too much, but I'll give you just the idea. In terms of the menu, you can actually add more components simply pressing the button. If you want, if you want to put a WhatsApp number, contact portfolio, a scheduling tool, download now, free ebook, whatever it may be, you can do all of that. So say, for example, free ebook, okay? And we can actually assign an icon for that if we want. Let's have a look. Let's go for free ebook. Okay, here's a little, okay, add. Okay, and you can see that that will be there. Now, what you can do, if you go back to the menu, you can actually, once I go back to that, okay, you can actually link things as you would expect, but this is the thing, you can actually move things around. Okay, drag and drop, everything's drag and drop to be made easy, and there you have it. It is now visible there. Alternatively, if you're doing for opt-in and building your for lead pages, essentially building a database, there's an integration there that will allow you to collect that information. Okay, so if you went to content blocks, if you go to this drop down contact, you'll see sections here with the opt-in. Okay, you simply drag and drop, and let's have a look. Where's it gone? Okay, there it is. Okay, and these things you can actually move around, and I think the amazing part of this is there's something called canvas mode, which is amazing, and that basically allows you to move things anywhere you want. Okay, once you move it, you can actually restructure it. Where's it gone? Okay, can you see that there? Okay, so you can move things around depending on your needs, and it will be affected by, well, mobile responsive. So remember, there's tutorials and all of this, but I just want to demonstrate this and foremost how quickly you can build these websites out. Okay, because this then will then lead into using in conjunction with other sites and how you can actually monetize them. So I just want to make sure you can see how quick we can build these out. Schedule now. If I go to content blocks, let's have a look. If I just want to add a map, get in touch, etc., I can do. If I want, maybe let's go back to sections. I have a look. If I want to add anything, I can go all categories. There's a whole list of it. If you want animated headers, even the footer here, that's a good one. I guess we should add. Let's have a look. So once I select it, you can see now it's populated at the bottom. Remember, everything can be moved up and down. We can rearrange. We can go and edit text. Say, for example, if I didn't like the font here, simply I can go to settings, and you can see I can change even the background color if I want. Let's have a go. I can put it into light mode, and there's nothing stopping me from now. You can see if I selected this text, I have different colors or different gradients that I can use for the text, and even different font settings. So you can customize everything as you see fit, okay, to make it practicable or upon the client's requirements. So you can send that back and forward, okay, with them, and you can get feedback from that. And also, the other key thing I would suggest also here, we have GDPR compliance, okay, you have that on there. And you can also put the badge if you want to add your referral fee. If you want to become an affiliate partner, referral partner, you can do that. Okay, and this is the key thing here, SEO. Okay, you would put your information here on what the page is and what the description is about that, and that also help with getting it properly. Help supporting the ranking of the website. Okay, and there's a typical information you would expect, like things like favicon, etc. So very comprehensive. And all these sections can be changed. You can add borders. You can make different animations. I think that's another great one. I'll just quickly mention. You can do animations on it, how you want it to appear. You can fully customize it. So just remember, when you're coming here for the first time, if I just duplicate this, let's go here. If you simply go to, let's go ClickSites, okay. If you go to ClickSites, if you come to tutorials, there will be a whole walkthrough, okay, if you get stuck along the way, okay. However, and also just to mention, there will be some masterclasses we've done before. And the reason I mention it, because there's some very special resources where there's actually documentation, say, for example, how to get traffic, how to maximize. Oh, this is the good one. Selling your AI websites to high paying clients. The reason I want to mention it, in this document, there are resources in a PDF book, and you'll find some alternative ones as well. Okay, that will be very, very important. And there's templates and contracts that you can use, white label resources done for you, etc. So let's have a look. So you'll find contracts as well in there, okay, that you can actually use. So let me close those. So I just want to touch on that. So now let's just imagine I'm happy with this. I go and I now click it. Let's have a quick look. Let's just imagine this is the website that's done now for the client, okay? But remember, always make sure you saved it. I haven't saved it, but that's the website. So you've seen how simply. Now, if I come back, actually, let me save it and just show you the updated sections. This is going to be an important thing as well. I'll just show you this translation engine. Okay, so this is how you can make your site multilingual. So once I enable it, I can add as many languages as I want. I can add as many, that's not a problem. I can then put the size of how I want it to appear, the positioning of it, do I want it 3D, etc., etc. So the tutorials on this, that will help you walk you through. And the moment I save this, let me show you. Okay. Okay. Once we've done that, let's have a look. And can you see this now at the bottom? So this is why I said it's a very important part, especially if you're dealing with clients from a global perspective. Now, if I press French, check this out. Everything has now turned into the French language. And let's just say Chinese. Again, everything is now in Chinese. So imagine you can create a site in English and then you can have it redesignated to a different language from the user. They will be able to see this. And even these little things like the icon, we can actually change them. We do have that flexibility and freedom to make it appear completely different. So say, for example, let's go for widget look. Okay. We can have flag with flags names. I think that this was a very important addition that was put with this because it's so important. Just helps us reach. You can see, look how it appears now. Okay. So someone can clearly see that. Now, the other thing, I know I'm going to go back into it, but you can actually have it with its codes, meaning if I go back to widgets with names, you can have it with the code so you can see it in the language. Language names, okay? Let's put it in language names. Translate from, okay, that's fine. Native language names. And this is the key thing. Look, check this out. Auto switch to browser language. So if somebody opens this in France, it automatically adjusts to their language, and they don't need to click that button. Okay, so if I save it, let's see, flow drive. There's so many. I love this one. This one's an amazing one. Okay, and let me show you how this looks. So once I save this, let's go ahead and save it. I think you'll love this one. But remember, this is about utilizing the app. I know we're going over it, but this is very important because you may have this up without realizing the possibilities of it. And then this will link into the second part. Okay. So let's just say here's now the app that's done. I'll put it back in English so you can see how that now appears. Okay. Very important point because this draws the point that you're not just, you don't have to just speak now or deal with English speaking clients. Okay. You can actually deal with people across the world. And you may be thinking, how do I engage with someone if I don't speak Chinese or I don't speak French or if I don't speak any other language? That's fine. Remember, we have AI. You have ChatGPT. You got things like Google Translate. We can have those. You can. The very easiest way I would suggest something like ChatGPT, which everybody has free access to anyway. You could explain to it, I'm having a conversation with a potential client that's from this country. Can you start translating this content for them? And every reply, put it back into their language for them. Okay. So a quick question before I move on to phase number 2. To add a video, to add your video to a page in ClickSites. So I guess this is going to be a really important thing. Okay. So that's going to be a really important part. Okay. Let's go ahead. So if I go to content blocks, well, actually, you've got a couple of ways. You could go to content blocks, which is probably the easiest way. Okay. You'll see from here different sections. You can go basic and you'll see things like this. Okay, with a little play button, we've got 2. One, you can use or leverage YouTube and have YouTube indirectly, or you can have your own video uploaded onto our servers. Okay, so here you can see, here is the YouTube video. If I simply select it and I go to the editing tool, you can see once I select it, there's a URL. Just simply copy and replace. Alternatively, you do have the ability to see it's empty. Now I click it and I can add a video. Okay, so now this is a HTML. So I just come here and I put a link. If I've got the video link there, I can just simply put it in there. Okay, so you can put the source in there directly, or guess what? You can actually upload your own video, or if you have one already, okay, and you got the custom settings for it. So if you want to put a sales video, a VSL, or maybe training content, educational video, or maybe you have walkthrough videos or manual training, product reviews, affiliate reviews, e-commerce reviews, or maybe you're as an affiliate, you want to promote ClickSites and you're doing a video review, we can incorporate all of that as you would expect. Or maybe you have your the client's customers leaving reviews, you could upload those additionally as well. Okay, Vimeo will work, anything will work. The reason why it work, that's a very good question. let's just say, for example, if I come here now, okay, let's just say if I come to this section, okay, let's just say, let's have a look. Okay, so if I come to this section, see this little plus button. If I simply select more, I scroll down, you can actually add your own HTML code, okay? So if you have that code in settings, you can add your own HTML code if you've got that settings form, you know, that embed code, for example, we can do that, okay? Alternatively, you also have a HTML, JS, and CSS, such as that, okay? So you can add codes in there. So technically, whether it's autoresponders, any kind of third-party integration, anything with a HTML code, we can add, we can actually apply that. And also for your opt-in section, we have some preset integrations are already on the homepage, but having HTML allows you to do anything and everything, okay, as long as you can put that in there. Okay, so a good question, how do I add pages? So once you're out of the main website here, you can go back to ClickSites and you can build pages from scratch, just single smaller pages. And once you have the URL, you would simply come back to your menu here. If I go now to my menu builder here, home, I would simply go here where it says section 1 link. You would put your URL www.google.com, okay? Or you can actually assign a link. So if somebody clicks a particular section or particular part in the menu, it will scroll down to that section, okay? And remember, in the tutorials, it walks you through how you can do that by going to the section settings more. And all you do is you add a section. So if somebody clicks anywhere, if you want a one-page website where somebody clicks portfolio and it automatically scrolls down to the portfolio, we can do all of that stuff as well. Okay, so now I've done this, what's next? Okay, just imagine now I've built a website for the client, and the next port of call would be, can I create ads now? I want to create the ads around this for the client, isn't it? Okay, so we've got a couple of options. Now for dentistry, let's just say dentist ads, let's see, dentist. We can go into a free pick as an example, and we can see pre-existing pictures here. Now, why am I mentioning this? How this is relevant? Naturally, if you have a client that has a business or you've created the website for them, ask them, do you have ads? Are you running any ads or any content in terms of creating those ads or generating traffic, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and X, right? You can now upsell them additional services, i.e. creating those ad templates or thumbnails and media graphic content for their respective social media accounts. And if they have those social media accounts, you could ask the question, would you like me to manage those accounts? So when I create content for them, I can happily syndicate and upload that content for you for an additional, every month they're paying you an additional retainer for those services. Okay. So let's just say I come now to one of these, right? And I want to create an ad. I've got a couple of options. Now I have Artistly. Okay. So within Artistly, let's have a quick look. Let's see, here's some things. If it was a doctor, I guess you could see different stuff. Look, we've got sports therapy. Here's another template. Let's have a look. Okay. Dentist template. Okay. Let's see if anything pops up. A dentist template. Okay, fantastic. This one straight away, this one really does stand out to me because it says smile. Very similar to our name. So something like this. I know there's a lot of text, but if I came here with my tool, let me just take a quick little picture of it. And just like that, I've got the image now, okay? So I save it. Save, and it is good to go now. I have now that image. I come to Artistly. I go to the media library, and I drag and drop that new image into that, and check this out. Okay? Now we have that image. It's a lot bigger than I anticipate, which is fine. I can just use the editing section here. I can put it back in there. I can go to the settings here and I can change the dimension in terms of the width. Let's just put it by 1920. Okay. Resize. Now it looks like it's much better placed. I can now extend and enlarge, and beautiful. Now I have a template. what would be my next step? I go to AI. I go to Mirror Magic. I select, make sure it's selected on the canvas, and I now select generate prompt. Okay. Yes, there will be links all in training. All the tutorials cover this, so do not stress whatsoever. Okay. Okay, so now I want you to see that we have the prompt has now been created. Okay, so you can see this is our magic prompt that's been created. The key things here we want to pay attention to: everything in the speech marks, dental protection, be proud of your smile, and best dental services, and book now. Okay, there's a lot of text on there. Okay, we can remove some of them because sometimes when there's so much text, sometimes there can be some issues because it's, you don't want to overwhelm it. However, let's just have a look at it. If I want, I can use it as is and generate my own version of it, and that will mitigate any copyright infringements because I'm creating something unique and that's my own. Okay, so I want you to understand, not only can we build websites, but we can create the congruent content in terms of images if I need to create ads for those websites that I need to place on Facebook and any other kind of ad platform for the client, or I could create the ads right as part of the package and produce it to the client if they have their own advertiser. Alternatively, I can take these types of images and create like a 20 or 30-day campaign of what they can post to their respective social media accounts. So just think about the package, how you can package up different services. Okay. So is FreePick a new software? No, this is just a website that's out there that we can come and have a look at images, and we can model those images using Artistly Mirror Magic. Now I'm going to go ahead. Let's just stick with this and let's go and select generate image. I'm going to put it a 16 by 9 because that's the image. If I want to create a thumbnail for YouTube, or I could keep it 1 by 1, or 9 by 16 if I was doing the ad on mobile, etc. Okay. So for the demonstration of this, let's just keep it as 16 by 9. Okay, if I just want to create a thumbnail as an example. Okay. Now, remember, when it does produce it, everything can still be further edited and we can see. But one thing I want to highlight to every single one of you, and you're probably aware of this already, let's compare it to the original. Here's the original. It's not the best design because remember, I've just taken a picture. And now here is the updated Artistly version. Okay, so you can see it's created a completely brand new version for me. Now, in the event, because there's so much overloading information in text, okay, that you have these extra little aspects and you've got all of this stuff at the top, what can we do? Can we do anything? Yes, we can. We go to Object Remover. Simply, let's just go ahead and remove it. Okay, we can remove all of this stuff. And guess what? We can add our own. We can do our own updates. Simply go to remove. Even the text, we can extract it and we can actually edit this ourselves. So you can see that. And check this out. Now I select it and the updated version will be populated. And look how clean. I want you to understand. Look how clean this looks. But can we take this further? I want you to understand. We can take this further. We select it again. Remember, this is an example you can use as is. If I select it again, I go back to Mirror Magic, and now I'm generating a prompt on the newer version of this modified version that I made. So I can further enhance it. Now, if I go to Prompt Magic, I can go into Enhance. And you know what? I don't want that headache. I just want AI to do whatever it wants to do. And let me see what it comes up with. But I still have this version that I can download and use as is. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and now generate image. So we give it a few more minutes and let's just revisit and see, is the enhanced version any better? Or should we just revert back to the very first version that we created? Okay. Now, why this is powerful? Because as many of you will know if you've used Artistly, this allows us to remodel any ad out there. Anything out there on the internet from our competitors or anybody, we can model. It does not need to be our own. We do not have to infringe on anyone's copyright claims, okay? We can create our own unique one using AI. Now, check this out. Look at that version, and now look at the updated version. Can you see how each time it's getting better and better? And this time, because I made those slight adjustments, I've now told AI specifically, go and enhance it as much as you can. It's done it for me by clicking one button, enhancing, okay? And now check this out. Can you see the clarity of that? Now, I want you to understand we're still not limited in what we're doing here. So what do you mean by that? If I'm happy with this, can I do anything else? Yes, you can. We can go to things like in painting. Okay, first of all, select it on the canvas. And I want you to, I mean, some of these tools are so underestimated. People just look over them. So here, I've got in painting. So say, for example, if I wanted to change her hair, I could highlight her hair, right? If I wanted to. And I put in here, change her hair to blonde. Maybe her nose, make it smaller, make it bigger. Maybe eye color, lips. Maybe I want to add a beard if it was a male. Or a female, again, might be neutral. I don't know. Earrings, do I want to remove it? Do I want to maybe add glasses to her face? These are all covered on the tutorial how you can actually use this as well, okay? It gets even better. What about if I want to swap and put my own face on it? Can you do it? Of course you can using Face Swapper. Now, in the event, right, now I've got my image, I can go download it. Great, okay, fantastic. What if I want a mobile responsive version of this? Something different. Let's go ahead and let's see what can be created with another version. Let's go ahead and regenerate that image, but by 9:16, okay? So we can take this, we know this works well. And remember, we can even remove the background, we can add more text, we can extract that text, we can change all kinds of stuff, instant scene if we want. We can add more layers, more graphics to it. We can overlay things, we can remove things. It's fully flexible when it comes to modification, okay? So here we have another version. And just check this out. Look at the quality of this. Okay. And this is, again, this is going to be another important point. Sometimes you may have a little bit of text that pops out for whatever reason. So what I do, remember using the object remover. Okay, it's going to show the initial one. Always make sure you highlight the correct version. Can we get the, there we go. I can just remove that text there like that. So, okay, and remove. And remember what we can do, we can layer on social media objects. We've got Artistly, we can have those graphics, those icons. We can go create business cards and add them onto there. Maybe you've got a barcode or what's it called? You know, the QR code, for example. Okay. And there we have our new version. So we can make multiple different versions of this. But let me show you something else as well. This is really interesting. Now, this is another trick I will show you. So remember when we have this this prompt. Take the prompt. You can take the prompt. Okay. I'm going to go to Artistly. Let's go ahead and I go back. Let's go back to the dashboard. Okay. I go to create design. I go to the Fast AI image designer. Paste that prompt. We've already got it. I can go photorealistic, prompt enhancement. Let's further enhance it beyond capabilities that you never imagined. And the reason I'm taking this prompt, because this will actually even further speed up the process for you. Okay. Quantity. I can make so many different modifications to the actual graphic that if I had a client, they would be blown away by it and generate image. Okay. So now I can make I can take that initial prompt that we've built and designed and check this out, right? Now, this is key, okay? This is going to be an important part. What we're seeing now, we will see some issues, okay, with text, okay, because it's a brand new image. That's fine. Remember, we have the ability of not only regenerating, but fix the image, okay? Or we can take this image now, as an example that we've created here, and have the advanced section of Artistly to regenerate those designs. So we're very flexible in our approach on how we do this. Okay. But remember, it all comes down to the prompt. So say, for example, create a graphic. Okay. Create a graphic showing a dentist with a patient whitening their teeth. Okay, so let's go ahead. Whitening, do photorealistic, prompt enhancer, generate prompt. And then we go to 4 and generate image. Okay. Now we get redirected to the other section. And what I can do whilst we're waiting as well, I'll just go fix the image as well at the same time. Let that go through. And check this out. Can you see that image now? Okay. Perfect for my site. So I've got 2 versions. I can re-engineer things using Artistly, the advanced section, like so. But to make it more interesting, is there anything else we can do now? Okay. And again, if there's another issue, we can take this and we can go edit it. Meaning I can go to the advanced editor, get redirected, and now we can work on that design further. So be proud of your smile. I can go to text editor. Let's grab the text. So now I'll extract that text, and if I want to make any changes, or I can just completely remove the text and add my own, right? So here we have all of the text that is apparent, and guess what? I can now go and change it. I can change essentially the text there, and I can correct anything if it is wrong, because it is AI, and sometimes, you know, when there's so much there, it can slightly go off, but you get the gist of it. Now, if I just take this, let's say, take this. Okay, let's give it a moment to load. Check this out. Now, what you probably are thinking, why would I remove all that text? Because that will allow us now to have a template that we can further use anytime we want. Not just for one client. We can do this for any client. Okay. So, again, I could go back to Mirror Magic and reverse engineer this one that's already been created in Artistly. Okay. So if we go back, let's have a look. Oh, let's go. I want to show you some more examples in that side. Okay. Okay, so coming back, what we want to do, personal designs, this is the key one. Remember, we have these designs here. We have some fantastic one. This one looks perfect, okay? And I guess what we could do, if I come to this one, because I really like this one, I come back to this design prompt, and I can come back to the image designer, because I want to make, 30 days worth for a client. Let's extend it again, because I'm just trying to create as many as possible for the client very easily using this. To make 4 versions, I can change the aspect ratio. Remember, we had 16:9. No, we've done 1 by 1. Let's do 16:9. Okay, let's see how these will look. And we've got some more content coming up. Okay, much smaller, as you would expect, but check this out now. Can you see the difference, right? So why would this be important? Because what I can do now with these, say, for example, I like this one, I go to the editor, and now I can work on this design very, very easily. I can come here, add some text. Or actually, before I do text, maybe I want to put an object here. Put an object like that, as you would expect with the text. But look, when I put it on there, it's going in front. Okay, can I change it? Yes, let's put it in yellow, just for dramatic flair. But can you see the text is now behind? Don't worry, you can actually change the layers. So you can see it now, it appears there. I know what you're thinking. It's a header. It's very messy, but yeah, we can change all of this stuff around. Of course, we can change all of this stuff. We'll take time going through, but I'm trying to demonstrate that we have that ability to kind of move things around to make it as nice as possible for us. But for this, let's go ahead and let's delete. Let's get rid of that. And that essentially that would be the design. We obviously have the ones previously that we've done, smile white, etc., etc. So when you've got all of this, do you understand now how we can take designs right from here, and then we can come back to ClickSites and we can post them in relevant sections if we so require, really to go above and beyond. Okay, you can if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. So if you go here, let's go for change image. This will tell you basically to do your own, or you can go here where you can actually use your own uploads or AI images. Okay, so these are some that ClickSites has generated themselves. So you can see here, look, once I've done that, can you see now how it's populated? And we have a beautiful image that you can actually reposition if you so choose, even with these. Okay. So these are already sectioned, but if you want to kind of change things around, we can do all of that stuff to really modify and have what you want, or not what you want, maybe your client wants. Okay, so can you add a search bar? I'll cover this whilst I'm on it. Okay, so search bar, yes, you can. Go to the menu builder, add search. There you go, search bar. Okay, can you see that, everybody? Oh, I don't want to leave, but the search bar is there as well for the gentleman that was asking. So remember, when it comes to your site, now we have a site that's created for a client. We know we can go to places like Google, we can go to third-party sites like Craigslist or Yellow Pages, for example. We can find local businesses, we can get the information, we can reach out to them, and we can then we can follow up with them and see if they need a website done. We can do a bit of research, and then we can not only create the website for that particular client, but then we can actually upsell them in complete packages, whether it's artistically, we're creating now advertisement graphics for them. And then additionally on top of that, we can actually create content for their respective social media accounts. If they've got Instagram, Facebook, we can create all of that amazing stuff that will allow them to really get their online presence out there, but also to be consistently visible on social media where they have content that they can post on a daily basis. So yes, great look at it. Sell bundles. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So all of this, you're using one site with another, and it's very easy to do so. And later on in another session, we'll look at how you can actually start using other video editors to like fit an app such as Talking Photos, and how to can create further photos. So the apps that you have, these softwares that you have, is how can you ultimately bring them together and provide additional services. Like you're trying to bring them together now under one umbrella. So essentially, when you're dealing with a client, you can actually you have the flexibility now on providing many different services. For example, you can help the client build their website. Okay, you build their website, you maintain their website. On top of that, if you want to have your own website for affiliate products, you can do that. You can do all of that stuff. Then you've got things like Artistly, where you can create the advertisement in order to push and promote that website via ads, whether it's for your own purposes or for the client purposes. You can create the content using Artistly, then to push and promote that website, thus generating more traffic. And also, if you want to get a call to action where those graphics or the images are pushing the end user, the viewer, okay, to visit the website in order to opt in with their username and email in order for a free download. So you're generating leads. It could be for scheduling clients on a call for high ticket sales, mid ticket sales, maybe product reviews, maybe it's a consulting call, maybe a scheduling call, etc., etc. So we have the ability of using these two together as one. In addition, there's so many other softwares. If I was to cover them all now today, it would be a lot. But even if the client wanted to put their own face on it, we can do that. Okay. So yeah, you replay on YouTube or Facebook, also in the apps itself. So yes, all of this will be available as well. So you can go through them all. Okay. So we have the resource to create copyright ads, video websites, and a plethora of products and services for a client. Make an offer they can't refuse. And the truth is, you can make them an offer because you have so much. And this is the key thing I'll also mention. You can create a website on your own service page. You can create your own website offering the services that you provide and have packages on them. Does that make sense, everybody? So you could create a website and have your own portfolio, and you could display the work that you've already done and the services that you offer, i.e. you do content creation. You got things like copywriting. You can use AI for copywriting. You can create website design, website development, maintenance, things like Artistly. You can do graphic design for ads. You can do graphic design for social media accounts, okay, for content creation purposes. You can use, again, things like OpenAI also with the graphics to create content and scheduling posts for them, okay? So you create a graphic for them, but what content do I put with that particular image? So you can create a series using OpenAI of 30 days of copy and paste, done for you captions with hashtags and everything. Okay, so I know it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot. There's a lot that we have covered, and I just don't want to overwhelm anybody. But does that make sense? So actually, what I'll do, let's go back to the dashboard here. Let me show you some other examples if I can find any good ones. Okay, let's have a look. So these ones were made before. We got one that we just done now. We've got acupuncture. Let's see how this one looks. So we've got acupuncture, revitalizing well-being with acupuncture. Okay, this one, yeah, that was a dummy one, not done. Let's have a look. Car detailing. Let's see which one this was. Okay. Oh, not car detailing. Sorry. For trees, I guess. There you go. This was a demonstration, but you can see, let's just say half of it's for cars. So it's not a very good example. Let's see. E-commerce website. You got some landing pages, law firms, I guess. Let's see. Well, let's have a look. No, that was not running. Oh, emergency plumber. Oh, no, I put it on the wrong one. Yes. Okay, so these obviously on my another domain that's not connected. I removed that one. Let's have a look. Audio production. Okay. That one should be fine. Let's have a look. Wow. Check this out. I haven't even checked this. This one was created and it seems to have over 3,000 visits. I don't know why. Let's have a look at it. So this is the fascinating thing. This was just created as I'm pretty sure this was created as a demonstration as well. But just check this out, okay? Now, unexpectedly, this is just upon us having a look now. Oh, where's it gone? This one has had over 3,700 visits. Does that make sense, everybody? Can you see? This is just a site that was made, and clearly it's just got traction. The rest are just dummy sites, but you can see the traffic that's just coming to them organically without anything. Okay, this one done well. Is 50 on there. So you can create these sites, but obviously with the input, if you're really, if you're monitoring and doing the upkeep and content, of course. So you can see there's dummy ones here. Look, digital marketing services. Let's have a look. I think this was just a test example. So I'm just showing you different things that we can create using it. Digital marketing services. So this would be something similar that we could add if you're doing digital marketing. Remember, ClickSites also creates images. Okay, but with Artistly, some of the images are far more advanced and the capability of editing them. So you can see beautiful websites. And I think this is really fascinating point that this one here, let's have a look. It's over 3,701 visits. Now, just imagine if just 10% of those people had opted in, that's 370 people that would have opted in and submitted their email addresses that we could then technically further email market. But even if 10% of those people got on a call, if I was selling a higher ticket product, even if those 10% of the 370, right? The 10% of 370, which is what, 150, 155 or something like that. I don't know where my math is, but if they converted on a high ticket product, we're talking about thousands and thousands, potentials of thousands of dollars. So do you understand that it's much more powerful than you realize? So if we host our website on ClickSites, so then does everyone have access to our stats on the site? So so you've got two options. You can actually build a website. Let me just show you this very quickly. So if I go here now and I view it, okay, that's the website. Okay, let's just go back to edit. You can actually download the entire website. So if I go to edit here, really important point, you can actually download the entire website and you can actually have this hosted on your own website. However, for those that want us to host the website, it will give you that information. No one else will have access to this information apart from yourself, okay, in terms of the data. So you can see on the dashboard, you can see some of that data here that's relevant to you. However, even if it's hosted on a website, you can use the subdomain that we offer you, or if you want it more personalized, you can have your own domain name that is set up and configured, and everything is shown on the tutorial section how you can set that up. So you've got complete flexibility. Now, in terms of a client, by you having control of it, it's perfect. But if the client wants it on their server, then yes, first and foremost, obviously get payment, and then you can actually upload it to their own server. Okay. And with all this information, we can kind of see which are the top trending countries that people are looking for. So yes, you can see that information, etc., etc. But remember this. Okay, here let's just have a quick look at integration. So some of these are already some preset integrations you can do, but remember, because we have that HTML flexibility, you can actually embed any autoresponder or any other third-party integration that you have. Because you have that HTML ability. So templates are something definitely we can have a look at and review. But remember, the existing templates that are there already, you can modify and you can change. You can actually add more components. Remember, using Artistly, you can actually create entire sections of graphics that are much bigger that can actually fill in the entire section. Okay. So Engels, are there any aspects of ClickSites that won't transfer easy? Not that I'm aware of. Okay. However, let's just say in the event of something occurring, let us know. Please contact and reach out to support. However, it will accommodate most HTML code, HTML, JS as well. Okay. And okay. So really saying, I love how this trainer know how to integrate everything. Bravo. Okay. So just a clarification, websites and analytical data are private, accessible only from your account. Our customer support specialist may have access if troubleshooting purposes, if you face any issues. Okay. So if you want to send leads directly into ClickSites, you can. You can see here, this is where it will appear. Okay. And then once you get them, alternatively, if you want to do them directly, you can export as a CSV and you can upload to autoresponder. Or alternatively, if you do direct integration with some of these autoresponders, obviously you can have your own HTML code, embed code for your autoresponder that will also go directly to any account. Remember, with things like Zapier and stuff like that. And let me actually show you that very, very quickly. So if I went back into our account here, let's have a look. Where's it gone? Let's go back into this one. I'll just quickly show you that in terms of integration, because we have other integrations that you can do with that. So you're not limited in any way, shape, or form in that sense. So here we have the HTML section. So if you want to add any code directly, you can, especially if you want to put tracking pixels, retargeting pixels, if you want to do locks and add additional features, you can do so. Let's go to, I'm looking for forms. Here we go. In terms of forms, you can use the inbuilt or third party, and then you can actually use webhooks. And we've got training on types of webhooks you can apply and which are the best platforms to use, all in the tutorial section. So we've got a number, and then you've got also other aspects of it with in terms of action. Okay. So we've got you covered in all angles, and remember, you can actually then view it on different devices how it'll appear. Remember, it's going to be mobile optimized, and additionally, with the section here settings, you can see a live preview as you're working through it. Okay, to see how it will look on a live preview on the website, and you can click it and check it on how it's going to look on different devices at the same time as you're going through. So it's very powerful, because remember, when you're making changes like here, okay. Let's have a look. Schedule your appointment. Okay, let's have a look. Font settings. Let's go for. Can you see how it's getting bigger on my preview? So it's optimizing. It's optimizing the view on mobile for me automatically. So we're not stuck. Can you see how nice it looks? Okay, and I can revert it back to normal, and I can hit center, and you can see how you do that, and that also applies to the image, etc., etc. So remember, all the background you can do. You can do all the editing you can imagine if you want. Say, for example, this background, if I don't like it, let's have a look. Background image, maybe I want to add a gradient, make it pop a little bit more. Fantastic. What I like about this is that even if you change the color, you can always change the theme of it, light and dark, right? Instead of you having to go through each and every single one by one, and then simply say we can do that for all sections. So it's very flexible when it comes to modifications, and it was intended to be so because you really want to have that full flexibility, isn't it, to modify your site. And sometimes it's not about your personal preference, it might be for your client preference, so you have that ability to actually modify accordingly to the request of your client. Okay. Now, this is a really good question. Can we password protect your pages? Yes, you can. Why do I say that? Because if you go back to the tutorial section, I'm pretty sure I covered this myself, where you can actually embed a locking capability. Okay. Let's have a look if we have it. We will have it somewhere here, so don't worry about that. Password protect your pages. Fantastic. There you go. Okay. and there's a code there. So once you hit the code, all we would simply do here, watch the instructions, and you'll have a code here. Just simply copy and paste this, and you can actually place the password. You can change the password. All the instructions are there, and there's a video to explain it as well. Okay, so do not worry, we have you covered, because these things can be very important, especially if you have a delivery page that maybe you have a download page, you want to protect it for customers only. You can do that. Okay. So if you've got if you want a password protect page that only people with the password can access, we can do all of that stuff, and you'll see other really important critical things that you may want, such as, there you go, adding pixels and third-party code in your website, adding content and lead forms to your website, sliders. We have sliders as well. Things like the AI designer, yes, team accounts. What else? Adding your logos. So those are custom domain. Adding e-commerce products. You can actually add e-commerce style sections. Let me actually show you that so you have an idea. So you can imagine it's just not limited to a website. You can actually build like affiliate type websites, e-commerce style websites. Simply go to content blocks. Let's go to products here. If I scroll down now, you can check this out. If I just take this, there you go. Okay. And then we can actually put the link button. We got the payment button, etc., etc. We can come in. We can do the images. We can use AI. More specifically, if I went to the my assistant, I can say to the assistant, hey, look, this image here, add a mobile phone image. Okay. As an example, okay. Remember, it's got to be specific because I've got that. So you can see there's a mobile phone, but check this out. If I want, I can send it again and get another version or variation. But remember, Artistly, if you want to get that done from Artistly, you can do so. It will make an even better image than you can expect it. Okay, but I just want to show you how easy this is, like, if you really think about it. So if we have a downloadable giveaway, we can password protect that right on our website, and once you clicked it, it will take them to another page to input. Yes, you can do that. You can protect that page, the initial page. They have to first, upon your password. So say, for example, if you had a strategy in place that on Facebook you say, hey, look, I'm giving a giveaway of 10 free, I'm giving 10 ebooks away for free. If you want access to it now, comment below free giveaway, and then they message you, and then what you do, you send them the link and say, here's the password for it. Once they access that page, okay, then they can click a link and it'll redirect them where they have to enter their name and email, and then once they enter their name and email, it can then take them to the thank you or whatever delivery page or whatever next page you want them to see. So very good strategy. Remember, you can make multiple pages if you want to build those sales pages, thank you pages, part of your funnel, upload upsell pages, download pages. You can do all of that stuff. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely use your voice instead. Can you upload the clients? No, you can't do that. You won't be able to do that. Different technology, and this way it just keeps everything safe also, especially I think that question pops up about WordPress as well, so no. So can I upload my own clients' pictures in ClickSites? How about fonts? Now, technically, pictures, yes, you can. There's no problem uploading pictures. You can do that. Say, for example, here, you'll see a section here. You can upload an image within ClickSites. Now, fonts, there are preset fonts already. Let me show you that here. Fonts here. Okay. However, I'm pretty sure with HTML, if you have your own font, you could probably add it here. Okay, but that's something you could contact support for more specification and see if there's a more technical ability of doing so. Otherwise, if they have a particular font, you could create the graphic and upload it also. Okay. So, but we can be inspired by a website. Yes, you can. 100%. Also, I just want to mention, if you can kindly, those that haven't, if you want more information, especially more engagement and more information, that there is a group, ponder.com/Facebook. So I really recommend it because there's so many people in there already. I'll put that question up there as well. Okay. So can you integrate Stripe and PayPal into a side using the code provided by both options? So as long as you got an embed code, say for example, if I come here and I had a content block here, right? For example, let's just say I'm here under the image. Can you see there's a little plus sign? Remember, the tutorials will cover this as well. If there was a product, I can just come add. I can add HTML. Okay, so you can do those blocks. We could do them separately. Say for example, if I come here, let me just go add plus HTML. There you go. Can you see that code will be there? So imagine if I want to put my PayPal or Stripe HTML embed code for checkout button, whatever it may be, or third party if you're using places like ClickBank, JV Zoo, whatever it may be. You could come and put your button there, and then it would populate. Okay. If you want to put countdown timers and things like that. So HTML, you have that flexibility for doing so. Yeah, then as long as you got the code, you can embed. That's not a problem. Not only can you embed it from here, you can come to edit code. You can do it that way. You can come to the HTML section. This is the entire HTML section of the entire page. If you want it at the header, bottom, or if you know specifically, you can do that. Okay. Thank you for thank you very much for training today. I've learned a lot of skill. No, I really appreciate it. So tell me, as we conclude now, I think I don't want to overstimulate everybody. I know there's a lot that we have covered, and there will be a recording for this, so you can go at your own pace. But do you see how we can actually use both technologies to work as one, and how we can service clients, and just thinking in mind outside the box, how we can add more value by providing additional packages and bundles and structures and things like that. Okay, very, very important. And over the next coming weeks, we'll cover even more apps that we can now integrate as a part of complete service wide, essentially, whole service. Service wide or different applications that are all congruent that you could offer a client, because they need all of these resources, they need all of this help, and essentially you could cover all of this under one hub. Okay, so Nimrod, if you could just explain, is there part 2 or 3? Okay, so how about the contact form? Now the contact form here, if you go to content blocks, you've got a couple of ways of doing this. You can go to content. Where's it gone? Content. Okay, here, content. You can add those specific content blocks. Okay, you'll see them with the fields here, name and email. Okay, so say for example, content added there, that you can see that like so. Okay, so name, if they want to put a message, they can, but if you don't want that one, then clearly you can also do just their name and email. Okay, so yeah, but remember, if you have your own autoresponder, you'll have your own embed code anyway. Okay, that will that give you more custom transparent window, or you can modify that as well, etc. But what I like about these as well, because they use as is, if you go to settings, you can see you can make changes. But here, if you go to more settings, you can actually add gradients to this as well. Okay, so you can make changes to this as well. You can add around a background image, grayscale, different. You can customize it, make it responsive. You can actually hide it if you want it appearing on one device opposed to another device. We can do all of those changes, and as you would expect. Okay, or you could add an image to that. Yeah, John, if you have any frustration, 100%, that's not a problem. That's something that can be addressed. But remember, with Artistly, if you have access to Artistly, that will give you even more better images that you can incorporate using ClickSites. Okay. So, as you know, previous training has been covered. So I just wanted to, but one thing I would 100% suggest, if you go to tutorials, this is going to be, I guess this is fundamental as well. So you can go at your own pace, because if I cover it now, then it might be another hour, and I know everyone will get overwhelmed. Okay. Selling your websites to high paying clients. Okay. These sessions, I would highly suggest watching these, okay, because they will also walk you through where you can find clients from using free resources, okay, using the internet at your disposal without paying a penny. Okay, and these have already been recorded. They're available for you, so please I really urge you, make the most of them. And the secret here is, in order to watch them, yes, you can watch them, but if you're thinking, yeah, but it's about time, go to the speed of the video and speed it up by 1.5. Okay, your brain will get used to watching the video faster, but also it will make sense. So you can actually get through the content much quicker and pick up valuable points. Okay, and there's additional resources, contracts there, all of that great stuff you would expect that we're giving, with the timestamps and even more resources. Let me just quickly show you so you can see done for you resources for white label, this PowerPoint slides, etc., etc. On other ones, let's just say we were looking at this one, okay, for e-commerce stores, how to build e-commerce stores with AI. Let's have another look, see if there's anything more juicy on this one. Yeah, we've got some resources, some PDFs here. If you go to it, let's have a look what some of them may be. Best ways to generate traffic, free traffic generation strategy to find website service clients. Okay, so if we have a look at it, this will give you a nice breakdown, and it's very extensive. Okay, use how to find local business clients, unlocking opportunity, yellow pages, etc., etc. Leveraging Facebook groups for client networking and using other various tools. So there's a nice breakdown that will help you, and it's all there available for you. So sometimes it's just about being pointed in the right direction and say, okay, yeah, I need to spend a little time, but the rewards will be far much more greater. Okay. So, okay, so Johnson, yes, thanks again, Ali. Loads of good stuff again. We'll have to watch a replay and a couple of minutes of time to get it all. No, that's not. Remember, work at your own pace. So, yeah, John says I slow down videos and take notes. So, yes, some may want to go fast, but then slow down, or go slow and then pick it all up. So, fantastic. Okay. Okay, so on that basis, then we will now conclude today's session. Just let me know. I know we've covered a lot, and I just want to show you how we can use them together, and then maximizing, your revenues by using these multiple different technologies. And coming up in the following week, we will cover even more apps, how you can use them all congruently under one, and then it will make sense. Because I know sometimes, we're giving you different pieces of the puzzle. So today is one part of the picture. This is one pixel of training. And as we go through week by week, you'll see the entire picture by giving you more pixels to the entire picture. Okay, and it will all come together nicely. Okay, so having said that, yeah, as Reed said, don't forget to click the like button. So we would absolutely appreciate that. So apart from that, everybody, remember there is a make sure you subscribe. I know I say this. Join ponder.com/Facebook, the inner circle. Remember, as the weeks go, we're going to be looking at even more resources. If you want to become a referral partner to any of the products, there's so much there. Anyone that's going to really anyone that really understands the product more than anybody else out there would be every single one of you. So you can actually not only demonstrate this to other people, but you can actually get paid for it also. So that's something else to consider. So yeah, so Bruno's saying yes, almost all the apps I have already. So I'm planning to become affiliate. Is there an easy step-by-step guide? I would appreciate it. So Bruno, very good question. And that stuff will be coming very, very soon, where we walk you through the entire steps. Okay. So yes. So on that note, then let me know in the chat box as we close. Thank you again for all the staff, everybody behind the scenes that's been helping as well, every single one of you. If you want to leave any lovely comments in the comment section, if you have benefited today, any way, shape, or form, even a small amount, we would absolutely love and appreciate, because sometimes some of it's good because other people can see that yes, we are going above and beyond as much as we can to actually ensure that you get some great training. Okay. And it encourages others also to take action. So sometimes it might be one thing that you say that encourages someone else also to take action. So it's always a win-win situation. So yes, Dashcam, are you going to integrate video functionality for marketing? Yes, we are. Next week we will cover the ability of video as well. Okay, so we will cover all of this stuff. So remember, if you have any suggestions you want to add, you can contact support at ClickSites AI as well. So resetting best training ever. Now take action. 2 hours a day will change your life. Okay, 2 hours a day will keep the doctors away. Okay, so everybody, on that note, then we will conclude, and I shall see you next week, God willing. And Yash, hopefully, he will be here next week. And then yeah, we've got some really some juicy stuff coming next week that we will cover. Okay, we will cover some stuff next week that will be very, very juicy. So apart from that, everyone, make sure have a great weekend, have a great evening, spend some time. Even if you can't do hours and hours, which is fine, just dedicate consistent action over a period of time will accumulate to good positive results. Okay, so apart from that, everyone, take care and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye bye.